Excuse me. What's up, Sabuj? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. You having a good Friday? Hello, Kefnet. Explore the labyrinth. Let's go see Hoochie. There's no Hoochie here. Is Fern really going to get buffed? God, I hope so. No. Why can't I go back? Why is it only letting me go to the right? No, I hope she gets buffed. She's too cool to have in her current state. In her current state, she's just another damage dealer who doesn't seem to do anything any better than any other damage dealer we got. What's up, Bellcock? Zatar, Orphean, J. Beezy, Angelica, Hoochie. What happened to Fern? Nothing happened to her. She's just kind of mediocre. Let me change the title since it's confusing people. There we go. Less confusing. What happened to Sue? Did he quit E7? No. He plays like every day. Is it okay to skip her? Do you think it would hurt my account? I don't think you ever skip a limited unit, but I mean, you never know what's going to come along that's going to activate her, right? That's going to make her better. I mean, if it's between skipping her or spending money, Freeren's definitely the better unit. But skipping something that will never, ever, ever come back, that's a little spooky, right? I gotta fix my camera. There we go. Hey guys, is it bad to auto-equip all of your units? No, just you'll hit a point in time where the game's like, 93% crit chance is good enough, and 188 ER is fine. Just you aren't gonna. I mean, you can do it to just kind of get a baseline, but then you're probably going to go in and manually tweak it a little bit. I saw KHM video. He also said she is going to be triple S tier unit after her buff. Everybody's hanging in there for a buff, guys. Buffing a collaboration unit is not an easy process. We're going to have to go back to the IP holder, talk to them about it, make sure that they're okay with changing something that was already agreed upon in writing and reviewed by lawyers. And everyone's like, well, they buffed Edward. It's like, yeah, FMA probably reached out to them and said, hey, nobody's buying our unit. Everybody's saying that our MC is bad. What the fuck did you do? Fix it. And it was easier. But now, I'm, of course, assuming, but now it's the community that's asking for the thing, not the IP. And Smilegate could easily say, hey, we made plenty of money on it, so why rock the boat? Are any more people going to pull for Fern than have already pulled for her? Is it worth the hassle and paying the lawyers to renegotiate just to get up? Yeah, Ain's never got a buff. Same situation. Is it worth paying the lawyers to go over the documents, re-engaging with the IP, going through further discussions to buff a unit? What's Smilegate's skin in this, right? I hope so. I hope she gets a buff, but the odds aren't good, just from a business standpoint, right? Buff Himmel? Put Himmel in. Where's Himmel? But we will wait and see. We will wait and see. That's all we can do. Guys, nobody wants Fern buffed more than I do. Okay? Nobody wants Fern buffed more than I do. What would I buff in Fern? I would add lifesteal to her artifact, and I would increase the mods on her S1. I think her S3 mods, they're a little low, but with the penetration it's fine. But I would increase her S1 mods by 50% minimum. If you increase her S1 mods by 50%, it makes them a little bit better than Remnant Violets, which is fair since you can multiple S1 with Remnant Violet on a Soulburn. And if they added a little bit of lifesteal to her artifact, it would actually make her artifact viable. That's what I do. But I also get that balancing the game is hard. And everybody likes to throw shade on the balance team. And then you ask them what would they do, and it's really easy to pick apart what they do too. Well, you just broke the game. Well, what you did doesn't change anything. It's balance is one of the hardest things to do in a game that has this much interaction, where it's not just one unit carries until the next carry unit comes along, but it's a building team's interactions. Every time you bounce something, the first thing that goes to your mind is, okay, let me look at the other 350 units and think if there is a way I can exploit the hell out of that change. It's tough. How many free and artifacts do we need to be safe? 2. 1 minimum, 2 safe, 3 luxury. What's the next ML unit? Probably something broken. We don't know. Oh, wait. ML unit right here. It's gonna break. It's gonna break. Hello, lots. That sucks. Ooh, let's go. Aw. Yeah, right, Jivong, right? Hey, Tristen, I have Ruel, Archdemon Shadows, Sage, Vivian, DDR, Tyler, Spirit Ice, Lee, Tehran, Witch of the Mirror, Tenebriel, and Candy, MLK, Hippolytus, Zeo. My account is 2 months old. Well, fuck you. Sorry, that's jealousy talking. I got my first ML5 after 13 months of gameplay. I am 10 off Pity in the Mystic Banner, wondering if who I should pick up next from the ML Selector Pity. Guys, are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about what you should do with your Mystic Summon? This custom group summon that's heading our way? Had this when the 10 free pull. Why is this cutting off? Hang on. Moving this over. Hang on. There we go. It's so weird that it's cutting that off. Why is it cutting that off? Huh. I'm going to have to resize this. Okay, anyway, sorry. OBS display weird. You had this when the 10 free that started. What's this? Woo! Congrats on your dupe scaly, man. If I go under and then I raise this up, that make it a little bit more legible. Bear with me. I'm still farting around with my overlay. What if I put this? What if I move this over here? Move this over. This down. Overlap this. You guys are going to hang with me just a second while I fart around with this. Chat here. Chat here. No, it's still not. It's still cutting. God damn it. I'll fart around with this after. Okay. Anyway. Stupid overlay. Where were we? No need to rush. Pulling the custom Mystic Banner. I think most of the ML units are going to be in Headhunt event anyway. Might need to speed run. Okay. You know what? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, guys. In 5 days, 7 hours, and 28 minutes, we're going to move on to the next Mystic Summon, which is a special Mystic Summon. The way these work typically is you just get to select 3 heroes. Right now, if you go to summon, you can choose between any of these 4 heroes, right? But the way a special Mystic Summon goes is you get to pick the seed, right? You get to choose the heroes that are in here. Now you can pick usually 3, and you can seed 3 heroes into here. And once you select those 3 heroes and you hit it, they're locked in, and then you can start summoning for them. And once you get the one you want, you can go ahead and switch it to another and start summoning for that one. So you will be able to custom build your Mystic Summon. The 4-star is typically not selectable. The 4-star is just a 4-star, but the 5 stars, you can select all of them. That's typically how it works. And your pity is preserved. I will still be at 110 from pity. If you're sitting at pity, it's effectively a selector. You can select any hero that you want and then just grab it, and then you can decide to summon for more. But who should you get? Who is worth picking up? So let's go ahead and do this as a tier list and talk about the ML5s that are available and which ones you can get. Now, I'm going to kind of be not paying as much attention to chat while we go through this, because I'm going to turn this into a video. So you might want to hold your questions till the end, unless it's giga important. I will be looking at chat, so you can go ahead and give me some advice. But let's go ahead and bang this out. Okay. I love how we got a crying Stark at the top. So we're going to break this down into 4 tiers. There's going to be top shelf units. These are units that are incredibly powerful right now. Ones you're going to want to have on your account, especially if you're playing RTA. And this is going to be very PvP focused, because ML5s are very PvP focused. Ones that have PvE usages, we'll discuss those as we go through, but we're going to be looking at this through a lens of this is what you're going to be wanting for Guild War Arena RTA, not who is the best at farming Banshee. Gotcha? Then there's the very good units, right? They're maybe not meta, maybe not first pick, maybe not top tier shelf units, but units that are good to have and that you'll want on your account. And then there'll be solid niche uses, okay? These are going to be units that, while on their own, they may not be super, super strong, but if you build an entire team around them, you could probably do some stuff. And not that hard to do those things, or they're very useful things. So by solid niche, I mean, yeah, they're very niche specific, but they're going to be very specific in the way, in a way that's very playable. And then there's going to be the extremely niche, right? This is the copium level niche. This is going to be the MLM level niche, or just straight up these units suck and need a buff. And of course, the not available units, because if you look, It says specifically, you can select Moonlight heroes to summon from the list of heroes who have been released in the past 6 months, and then it lists the ones who are not included. So let's go ahead and start our list off by just jumping in with the ones who are not included. First, of course, Genesis Ross is not included because Genesis Ross is not a summonable hero. And Disciplinary Prefect Arya, Witch of the Mere Tenebria, Lady of the Scales. These are the ones that you cannot select. Everyone else is on the table. So let's go through our list and talk about, we'll start at the bottom, right? These are extremely niche units that need a buff. I'll let you guys decide. Chat, what do you think? Should we start at the bottom or you want to start at the top? Bottom it is. Okay. Probably one of the least useful units in the game, Architect Leica. You would think she'd be really good into this meta. She's got accuracy and she's got the ability to ignore damage share, except the skill that puts a debuff on, that puts the hit debuff on the enemy so that you're able to get that accuracy and stuff. It winds up CR pushing Lady of the Scales to the front, and then she just cleanses that debuff away and she loses all of her stuff. They need to change it from 100% push to an extra turn so that she can actually be useful into Lady of the Scales. Right now, really needs a buff. It needs that buff specifically. Spectre Tenebria, who used to be probably one of, if not the strongest ML5s for coming up in PvE, is just not good anywhere anymore. She's still good in Abyss, but we have found that we can do Abyss with pretty much anybody now, especially with the buffs to Commander Lorena. Faithless Litica, who is basically just worse Fire Litica in a meta where Fire Litica has had a meteoric rise and then a horrendous crash. Just not a usable unit and takes insane gear to build her to where she's usable. Dark Corvus, everyone will say, but he's good in Guild Wars. No, he's not. He's not even good there anymore. In an injury-filled meta with everything so incredibly tanky, you can't use Dark Corvus anymore, not in any appreciable way. Astromancer Elena, I mean, her extreme niche is you want the enemy to not counter you, but you want to counter the enemy. So there are 1 or 2 places where she can be a tech pick, but that's few and far between. Closer Charles, more like C loser Charles, am I right? Closer Charles, we think some techs might arise using him on the Riposte set and building him super tanky, but he doesn't have the stats to support being a bruiser. A good buff for him would be to give him some kind of healing so that he could be a bruiser. The biggest problem with him on Riposte set is his S1 skill does not work on counters, so you don't get all of the S1 benefits. They could change that with a buff or an adjustment too, and actually make him an effective bruiser, but he didn't really have any use in the game outside of a fast way to kill as Michaelis 13 hunts. Pirate Captain Flan. Man, extreme niche. If you're running a control team, you might be able to work her into it, but there are just other control units that are a little bit better than she is. She is hard to negotiate in this meta. And a lot of her kit depends on having a limited artifact that is incredibly hard to source. Without that artifact, she is gutter trash on top of it all. I know there's a lot of Fapton lovers out there. I am one of them, but she is just not that good right now. Apocalypse Ravi, the one-time most broken unit in the game. About her only place is a good, stable, strong Jane of all trades, master of none unit to get you into masters, right? You're sitting there stun locked on who to pick 5. She will get you through most of the fights. A good solid bruiser unit, but beyond just getting your master skin, not a lot of uses to this unit. Specimen Says is a crazy tech pick unit. He is very conditional, running, especially with evasion out there. It's even harder to run him now. Difficult unit to play. It takes very unique situations where he is functional, just like our Lord and Savior Remnant Violet. His niche is you just have to have faith. You have to believe that Rylet is going to work. And if your faith is strong enough and Rylet dodges, then he is amazing. And other times he just gets hit. So if your faith is strong, go ahead and pick up a Rylet. Otherwise, not that usable right now. ML Ken is his only niche right now, in my opinion, is against units who are also niche. There are certain very rare situations where he is usable. They're few and far between. When it happens, it's great, but there's so few and far between. I don't think I could even say it's a solid niche use. It is a rare niche use. This one kills me. It kills my heart. It hurts my heart. But Lone Crescent Bologna. All right, she is a kit designed around a meta that is gone. Her entire thing is dealing with anti-crit, and anti-crit is off the table. It's now about evasion. And what good is always critting when you miss anyway? Bologna really needs something. She needs something in this meta to be functional. This was probably one of my highest win rate units last season. Judge Kisei used to be banging awesome. And in the current meta, she's very hard to use. You could argue her in the solid niche use, but I think in the current meta, she's even fallen out of that. She's a good answer if you're going to try to Ahmed cleave, but that's about it. And last is going to be Commander Pavel. Commander Pavel ignores damage share, and that's what makes him good. But we are in a world of high mitigation, high evasion, and also anti-penetration in the forms of Ilanov and also in the frenzy systems. So very tricky to use all these units. I think Landy. If you're in a situation where you don't want to be crit, I think Landy still has a solid niche, and that solid niche is her anti-crit buff. She is so heavily countered right now, though. God, everything counters this girl. I'm just gonna put her down here. I'm gonna put her right down here. I'm sorry. I know, the most broken damn unit in the game 2 years ago. Most broken damn unit in the game. And she's just niche right now. All right. Solid niche use. If you're a cleaver, she is a fast unit who can open, CR push up, bridge your team, and has extinction. Not the easiest unit to build. Her solid niches, you got the gear to pull it off. She is still one of the better opener answers for people who want to initiate a cleave. Arbiter Vildred, who is probably most people's first pick, who used to be top shelf. Hey, thanks, Meliku. Thank you for the follow. Arbiter Vildred used to be top shelf. Everybody's first pick from the Moonlight Blessing. In this evasion meta, in this damage share meta, in this tanky meta, just doesn't have the chops that he used to have. He is difficult to use at best. I think he is a decent 4 or 5 pick when the situation arises, but outside of that, you aren't going to use him in PvP, not like you used to. Ambitious Tywin, who is also at one point in time the strongest unit. His niches, you just need his passives. You want to be able to stun things. You need to use a rage buff. Him and Dragon Bride Senya, I think the two of them had the most meteoric falls of any knights in this game. They used to be stupid strong, and now they're just, in certain situations they're okay. Certain situations they're okay. Hellion Lua, she walked me to the end a couple seasons ago, but yeah. Now she doesn't do that much force anymore, does she? Requiem Rowana, solid cleave unit in a world where cleave is kind of struggling a little bit. Not bad, but it's an extremely niche use case. Archdemon Shadow, good for dual attacking, but not as good as you would expect her to be with a seal, a dual attack into a seal. Sylvan Sage Vivian, very, very strong unit. Brings some mitigation, but not enough. Brings some healing, but not enough. Brings some damage, but not enough. Have to run her on extremely high gear score gear to make her functional. If you can build one, you can use it, but her solid niche is you get enough gear on her and she works. A good anti-debuff unit, very niche situation because most of us are just evading or cleansing debuffs now. There are certain situations where Dilibet works, but not that many. You would think after his buffs, Sage Balances On would be a monster, right? You would see it would be a monster, but he's only just a minor nuisance. Dragon Queen or Dragon King Sharoon. Her niche is you're running Renok. If you're not running Renok, there's not a lot of worlds where you're going to draft this unit, right? Opsig, I'm wait and see on. Bear with me a second, guys. Here, check out my game a second while I pull this file up. Come on, computer, you can do it. Everything crashed earlier, so everything's running real slow over here. I keep getting these not responding messages. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Bring back up. Okay, Operator Sigrid is probably the best, least tested unit that's out there, right? I mean, when I've seen her used, she is freaking insane, and nobody is trying her. Every time I see her used, she's cleaning up. So I think she is just too new for us to be sure. I think she could be our first very good. But for right now, I'm just going to leave her in the solid niche. More testing required. In fact, I'm going to leave her right at the front of solid niche until it, well, I'm just going to leave her right here until we're sure. Until we're sure how she tests out. Okay? Okay, so Blood Moon Haste. Anybody can bring your entire team back to life can be good, right? Solitary the Snow. If you're fighting enemies that use focus, Solitary the Snow is busted, but that's her niche. She's really good, but that's her niche. People don't give Tekron enough credit. This guy slaps, and I've seen him win a lot of fights, but you got to avoid Morts. And you got to pick them into the right situations. Silverblade Aramentha, I think anybody that's fought one of these will agree that when she is placed properly, she wrecks things. But if you're going to be first picking her, you're probably going to get shut down. So very good, solid tool to have on your tool belt, just like Desert Jewel Basar. With all of the things that spam barriers out there, his ability to invert the barrier, CR push your team, cleanse all debuffs. He's packed with a lot of stuff that makes him a very viable use in his niche. Nobody's first picking this guy, but if you're in a situation where he's good and you slap him on 4 or 5, your opponent either has to ban him or you're going to run them over. This was a tough one for me. Probably the strongest cleave unit in the game, but cleave is not in the best spot right now. We're in more of an aggro standard tank down meta. Cleave suffering a little bit, and there's so many things that stomp into Eternal Wanderer Lugwood. Now, if you're a cleaver, sure. But if you're looking for an overall usability in the current meta, I'm leaving them right down here. Little Queen Charlotte, much like Operator Sigrid, Little Queen Charlotte's not been around long enough for me to be sure that she belongs here and not up here. Her and Opsig could easily move up, but I need to see more testing on her. Her buffs are too new for me to feel like I'm ready to just tell people, go ahead and grab her. She's very good, right? And this one will surprise some people. The former top shelf hero has fallen quite a bit. One of the big reasons to use her is she collaborated with two of the strongest units, right? She gave the rage buff to Tywin to let Tywin do Tywin things. She gave the rage buff to Janua to let Janua do Janua things, and neither of those units are used heavy. Right now, about the only spot she has in the game is helping to manipulate ML Teu. I think her value, especially with with Conqueror Lilius getting her buffs. Yeah, I think with Conqueror Lilius getting her buffs, C. Lilius has stolen the spotlight that Polly stole from C. Lilius. So, yeah, I'm just leaving her in a niche because I think there's other units you reach for. Now let's talk about very good units. These are good meat and potato units. Nobody is sad to have these units on their account. You're not using them in every fight, but you're using them in a lot of fights. This is the tier most people are going to be interested in for picking their units if they don't have the top shelf. So Last Rider Crow, first one on the list. There's some fun techs where you can put him on the anti-soul artifact Crown of Glory and crap all over Freerin, who's running rampant. You can use him against units that spam AoE to ramp his skills up. You can give him 3F to do pop damage to things that are hiding behind evasion. There's a lot of places for Last Rider Crow, and he's actually getting more and more stuff. Urban Shadow Shoe, because of her pop damage, because of stacking injury, there's always going to, because of her nuking potential, there's always going to be a place for Urban Shadow Shoe. She's a solid unit. Yes, she has counters. Everything in the very good tier is going to have counters, otherwise they would be top shelf. Ruel of Light, much like Little Queen Charlotte and Operator Sigrid, is still relatively new and still being tested, but I think Ruel of Light on the new set with her new exclusive equipment is just horrifically annoying. In fact, if you ever meet me on ladder and you want some free points, pick Ruel and Wretched Rose and watch how quickly I top right out of that mess. A lot of people are sleeping on Mediator Queric. After his buffs, his S2 nukes. I mean, absolutely slaps. Build some damage on this guy, and not only do you have all of the benefits of his overloaded kit, they have added serious damage to him on top of it. Don't sleep on Mediator Queric. Go give him a second look. I know he's been pushed down further and further ever since Laia came out, but I've seen some impressive stuff, and I'm leaving him in very good. Successor Teu is the one unit I'll be going for because he's the one I don't have, and his form of cleave is so difficult to defeat that I can't not put him in the very good tier. He is a super powerful cleave and aggro unit. Strays is just good everywhere. You can run a fast strays, you can run a slow strays, you can Ahmed push a slow strays, you can use a slow strays for PvE, you can slap him on Benny Mars Tachi and run a fast strays. There's lots of places for strays in this game. He is one of the few holdouts for cleave left in the game, and with his ability to get an extra S2 after he S3s and giving himself a gold buff, a gold shield, he's a lot more useful even in some aggro comps. There will never be a world where putting things to sleep isn't badass. Sleep and his venoms to do injury damage. And when things are asleep, they lose 100% of their evasion. So if you've got somebody who's sitting here at 120% evasion, you've just taken them down to 20% evasion. One of the better counters we have for the nonsense we're fighting right now. You put things to sleep and you pick them apart. Briarwitch Assaria in a meta where an entire gear set has been released that's centered around bringing things back to life, having a unit that stops things from coming back to life, plus If you soul burn her S3, she is one of the best counters to Lady the Scale we have in the game right now. Abyssal Euphine, surprisingly more of a bruiser unit now than a DPS unit. You build her slow, you slap her on some protection set, and she can help keep your team alive. There's so many things that are CR pushing right now. Being able to stop that is top shelf. Conqueror Lilius, passing Seafan Apollos for the first time in several months. The Vigor buff interacts with more units right now than Rage buff it interacts with. Her ability to defense break now, her ability to push back, and the dual attacks with her, I think she's one of the better openers right now. The only thing keeping Bystander Hua Young from the top list is the fact that she is so incredibly hard to build. Bystander Hua Young cannot be debuffed, cannot be controlled, and hits like a freaking truck. Most of the things that are a problem right now, or a lot of the things that are a problem right now, are light units, and she munches them. If you've got the gear to build her, Bystander Hua Young is insane. Spirit Eye Celine, one of the highest win rate units in RTA right now. She's got some hard counters. You can't first pick her or it's going to be curtains for you. But if you start third, fourth, or fifth picking her, your opponent better start thinking quickly if he's going to let that unit through. And this one was a tough call for me. I labored on putting her top shelf or not. Oops. Lone Wolf Para is a monster, and she synergizes so well with the current meta. If you don't have a Lone Wolf Para, you should pick one up. She is fan-freaking-tastic. And last, I'm going to put Bellion at the front of the list because of the collab. Freerin is such a monster right now. Souls are so important that the evergreen nature of Bellion stopping souls is so good in the current meta. Remember, these tier lists have about a 3-month lifespan, if that. Metas shift on a dime, they shift with new units. This is just a snapshot of what I feel right now, and right now, souls are a major problem. And Bellion's ability to stop that, combined with her ability to wear 3F to do additional bonus pop damage to take out a lot of these squishy units that are hiding behind cockroach passives or evasion, so good. So good right now. If you don't have a Bellion, pick one up. She will always have a place in the meta. All right, guys, let's go up to the top shelf. Let's hear it for Lionheart Sirmia. She went, ew, and then she got her buff and she's right back, guys. Lionheart Sirmia is so good, especially into a current meta filled with Setskas, filled with counter units, filled with all kinds of things that will activate her passive. As long as you keep her ass away from Mort and, surprisingly, Astromancer Elena, she will do so many things for you. So yeah, get yourself a Lionheart Sirmia if you don't have one. Maid Chloe just received some sick buffs, and turned her basically into Fallen Cecilia, who can't wear night artifacts but can bring your whole team back to life. Maid Chloe, people are running her counter, people are running her speed. I think right now Maid Chloe is heading to the top of the list with a bullet. If you don't have her, get her. She is busted right now. And her sister, Fallen Cecilia, I'm only putting Fallen Cecilia ahead of Maid right now because of night artifacts, because of things like Holy Sacks and Aureus's and her ability to throw debuffs back. Sure, Maid can cleanse it, but she can do more than cleanse it. She can give it to the enemy. So I put her just a half step ahead of Maid. They're both fantastic freaking units. Harsetti, I debated about moving her down, right? I debated about it because everyone's like, oh, but she's pre-banned all the time. Can't pre-ban her off your arena or guild war defense, and people are pre-banning her less and less. With BS out there like Freerin and Setska and Witch of the Mere Tenebria and God, Lady of the Scales Mercedes, there's so much to pre-ban. Some people are feeling compelled to let this girl off her leash out of desperation to deal with the monsters that are out there. So I think Harsetti has got more of a place than ever on your draft. Zio. There is never a world where Zio is not the fastest unit in the game, other than a Harsetti world. And being able to take first turn in a PvP game is so important. Zio with Flan, Zio to push up your successor Teu, Zio to silence that one unit that just needs to be silenced. Zio is so good, I built 2 of them, and I think he is a key unit for your team. You should definitely pick her up. And New Moon Luna. New Moon Luna is... let's look over this list real quick. What do you see that most of these top units have in common? They're doing horrible things to you because they have a passive. And New Moon Luna takes that away from everybody. Guaranteed with a soul burn, and she's a mage, so she can wear a book. Again, my belly ain't gonna be really good. Being able to turn off being able to turn off passives is so critically important in this game. Yeah. If you don't have New Moon Luna, you need yourself some New Moon Luna. Boss Arunca. Guys, Boss Arunca is stupid strong. Stupid strong. Even in PvE, she finds uses. I don't think there's anybody out there that'll argue with me that she is not a top shelf unit and the #1 strongest unit in the game right now. And my personal opinion is Empyrean Ilanov. You can build her multiple different ways. You can make her sub DPS. She rips apart any kind of penetration. It stacks with the penetration of warfare mode. There's so many different ways to use this unit. I think she is easily the strongest ML5 in the game right now, except for one. That's right. Okay, let's be real. This guy's a placeholder. You know what this guy represents? This guy represents the new ML5 unit who is so insanely broken, who is so mind-bogglingly powerful that they're releasing a special Mystic Summon event first to drain your Mystics so that when they reveal the next monstrosity, you will feel compelled to buy Mystic packs. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll wait. My advice to every single one of you is this is an exciting moment for a lot of you guys, especially a lot of you people who are waiting to pull the next, waiting to get the unit that's been a linchpin unit, that's been the missing component that's keeping you from winning World Cup, right? You've all been waiting for it, and now you're excited it's here. Wait until the last week. 7 to 10 days before this banner goes away, you will get eyes on what the next ML5 looks like. Maybe it's Pirate Captain Samurai Mort. Maybe it's Death Metal Tamarin. Maybe it's basically this entire top shelf's kits all rolled into one unit. You don't know. But I guarantee you, after they do this, after they take all of your Mystics off of your account, you think the next one's going to be a dud? You think the next one's going to be it's okay ML5? Oh, no, fam. The next ML5 is going to be stupid strong, so Ainz is the future. Ainz is the harbinger of what might come next. So please, for the love of God, I know it's exciting, but even if you're sitting there going, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. It's holding my account back. We're early in the season. There's no reason to rush. Just give it 2 more weeks. You've gone this entire Epic 7 life without an ML5 unit. Give it 2 weeks. See what the next unit's kit looks like, and then make an informed decision so that you don't have regrets. That's my advice. This is my tier list. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think, what you agree on, what you disagree on, what you think should be changed. If you don't like it, make your own damn tier list. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, everybody. All right, guys. What do you think? Any changes you guys would make? You think I'm dead ass wrong on some of these? I'm really tempted to move Landy up here. I really, really am, but I don't think she brings enough. Please don't get Barunka. Too many of us have this. DDR too high. I've had a lot of people say DDR too high, but we're in an evasion meta and a control meta, and putting people to sleep is so good right now. Sleep penetrates evasion. I don't think he is too high, but you're not the first person. I was talking to this with some other people, and they told me they felt I was putting DDR too high as well. Landy needs an EE, agreed. Either ML Yulha or ML Lenzi. Oh my god. Does Freeren's passive work with Landy? It should. Is which on the top shelf? If I was going to put the unavailable units up here, I would do this. I would do probably this, and I would probably do this if I was going to put them up there. but they're not available, so I didn't want to confuse things by putting them on the list when they're not available. Ross is also not available because you can't summon Ross, but yeah, Ross would be up here too. He might even be up here, but he's definitely up here. Spirit Eye Celine top shelf. I thought about it. Here's the funny thing. Lone Wolf Payra has a significantly higher win rate at a lower pick rate than Celine. So does Sirmia. Celine's counterable by a free unit that everybody has too. I think she's very good, but I'm not sure she's top shelf. I tried to limit top shelf to be all units that you could first pick. I mean, the exception being Harsetti, of course, because you first pick Harsetti. You got to build a team around what if they ban her, what if they don't ban her. She's kind of a third pick unit or 4 or 5 pick unit. But other than Harsetti, everybody up here is you can first pick and not be punished for it. You know, fair on Lionheart Sirmia. And my first iteration, I did pull her down. The only reason I moved her up is but the riposte set alone pushed her stocks through the roof. It wasn't top shelf. That wasn't my only metric, but it was kind of one of my main metrics. Why is Ainz at the top? Because he's the arbiter of life and death. Ainz represents the future. Ainz represents the leering glow of who is the next ML5. Ainz represents whatever monstrosity Smilegate has already cooked up to release in 5 weeks after you've blown all of your mystics to get your favorite hero. Ainz is the reminder that you don't touch this banner until you see who is next. Understand? Yeah, Bryceria is so good into Lady of the Scales, and Lady of the Scales is arguably the strongest ML5 in the game. And Bry is your best ticket into killing her. There's no way I'm pulling Bry down. Who do I want as the next ML5? Death Metal Tamarin. Queen Diane. Chaos Priestess Sirmia. Pirate Captain Samurai Mort. I got all the ideas. I had Sirmia right here for the longest time. I had her right here for the longest time, and then I started thinking about Setsuka, and she's everywhere. And then I started thinking about riposte sets, and they are everywhere. And I moved her up. I went, yep, this entire right now, 3 months from now, maybe not, but right now she is top fucking tier. Navy Captain Zahak. I want Light Vildred that shuts off passives to stop this evasion crap. Hello, have you met Our Lady and Savior ML Luna, who shuts off passives and cuts through this evasion crap? Why do you think I have her right up front? You think Renak is still top shelf? These 2 units made Renak's value drop significantly. When it was just FCC and you could ban FCC, Renak was top shelf for dealing with the current meta, but now that you can have both of these on there, I think Renak's value is going to drop quite a bit. She is still stupid strong, but a little bit less. I gotta say, I'm really pleased that chat is not full of people calling me like smooth brained on some of these takes. I every time I do one of these lists, people are like, "Oh, you really? You don't realize how good ML Ken is right now?" So I take it you guys mostly mostly approved with maybe one or two tweaks with personal preferences, right? And that's a big thing with tier lists. It's very, very subjective. The way a cleaver looks at a tier list is going to be very different than the way a tank down player looks at a tier list, right? Ain't no goddamn tank down player in the world cares about ML Ludwig. The only cleavers that care about Boss Arunka are the ones that are going to be using him using her as an anchor. Tier list pretty accurate? Hell yeah. And who doesn't love the crying Stark at the top of it, right? I love that Cecilia Bot's got a crying Stark emote for us. Only tweak I would make is push Arby up because he's the best unit in the game. Man, what a meteoric fall Arby has had. He's just so hard to use right now. I'm to the point now where I'm almost encouraging people to take Ruel over Arby as their selector when they start the game. Although if you are just starting your game and you're wrestling with that decision, take Arby, lock him in, don't finish the missions. If you leave the last chain in place, I think the only thing you can't do is put him on defense. And who cares about Arby on defense? And then just play the game until you get to a point where you put Arby aside, where you've replaced him with all the better units, and then switch. You can always switch once, switch, and grab Ruel. That would be my recommendation. Is Ruel's EE worth it? Yes. Yes, yes. Her EE is disgusting. It's one of the strongest EEs I've seen in a long time. The number of times that I have been like, well, I can either bring this unit back to life and Ruel dies, or I can use it on myself and hope that I cycle 5 freaking turns and then bring that unit back to life. Now you get both. Now I bring the unit back to life, I heal Ruel back up to full, and I make it so you can't kill either of us for a round. And then I can put the S2 on somebody and make it even harder to kill. Oh my god. Her EE is like I said, if you pick Ruel and Wretched Rose, I will just yield to you. Those are your points. That's all you got to do to beat me. Ruel, Wretched Rose on 1 and 2, like, I'm out. I don't want to play this game anymore. Boss Arunka or Luna? Luna. Boss Arunka's very, very good, but I think it's Luna. Oh, God. I don't know. Which do you have the gear to build? You know what? I'm flopping back and forth. I think go on Twitch, vote. There's a poll ready for you. Get your votes in. Is it Luna or is it Arunka? There you go. Unless there's some last minute Arunka lovers, she's leading by 10. Now, Arunka would probably win if she got the bathing suit skin, right? I think she'd win if she got the bathing suit skin. The seals in this game right now are so debilitating that I don't think there's any world where you don't put Luna ahead of Arunka. I'm sorry, where you don't put where you don't put Luna ahead of Arunka. After you pull it, you can just like you can do currently. After you pull Zeo, if you select Zeo after you pull him, you can switch to the next one. If you want to whale out, you could basically get 3 units of your choice because you can select 3. I'm just saying, before you get all excited, before you go out and jump in this Mystic Banner, wait and see. Wait and see what Ainzulgoen looks like, okay? Because this trap is so obvious that I think Admiral Akbar just shit his pants up there. Be really, really, really careful going into this without knowing what's coming next. Isn't it up to 2? I swear I thought it was 3. Is it only 2? I thought it was 3. In the past, hasn't it been 3? Does it say? You may be only able to select 1. This makes it look like it's 1, but I swear in the past you could always hey, let's look at the last time they did it, right? Best waifus to clear the first wave of Wyvern. Sigrid, Fern. Waifus. Yuna. And god damn it. They're all husbandos. I guess you could do the you could do the Arya team, right? Arya, Sinful Angelica. Nah, use Sinful Angelica. That way you get an attack buff. And you can take the first round of hits. I guess you could use Ice Angelica, sure. Could do, oops. Could do this. Right? This should work. Ow. 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 I hope Angelica has gear on. This will be embarrassing without gear on. Ammo. A little bit of healing action going on. A little bit of defense break action going on. Get 15%ed because of course we get 15%ed. Can't believe that, man. That sucks. This hits randomly. Okay, it hit her. Ammo. Cute. Heal up. There's the defense break. Because he said waifus. That's why no Brieg, because he said waifus. Ow. 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 There you go. Random nonsensical gear on all of these units. Random jank rage set. Totally missing gear, which is probably why she didn't stick the debuffs. No, she had enough effectiveness. She just got RNG'd. I guess whatever this build is. Probably would have been better if I put some stuff on her. Let's see. Can we Fern it up? Not this Fern. No problem, potato. We can do better with Fenne in here somewhere too. Ow, 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 my poor cockroach passive. Show me a defense break. All right. Now we got some damage. Pew, that's a lot of damage. Get him, Fern. Pew, 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 pew. Ow. 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 Boop. I like that one better than Sinful. If you've got the damage. Oops. How about we won't have any attack buff if we get rid of Yuna. But we could run Fenne. Not like that, we can't. A good Fenne can solo this, by the way. Speaking of solo, there's no way, right? There's no way. Ow. 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 Pop. Ow. 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 She's on riposte. That ain't working. She is on riposte, right? Yeah, she's on riposte. Celestine Fenne plus Fern. Yeah, that would work. Celestine Fenne can, I think, can solo. Anyway. There you go. Yuna in place of, or sorry, Clarissa in place of Furious, and Yuna is an attack buffer just because everybody has her for free. And Sigrid, of course, few things murder Wyvern quite like Sigrid's. You could replace The reason I like Clarissa is she's got a defense break, not just on her S3, but also on her S1. So it's just more chances for defense breaks, whereas other units, they only got one shot. Chloe's still usable? Yeah. She can bring some damage. You could use Chloe in place of Clarissa, I'm sure. Get your asshole in there, Chloe. You got work to do. You got gear on. You don't need gear on. Well, she's kind of our defense breaker. Wait, what's the rule? As long as she has magic nail applied, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you don't need it. Let's try that. Chloe not waifu, she's robot. Fair. Pow. Push up. Or speed buff. Man, Fern with a speed buff. Crazy. Look at her zooming down that line. Would Fairy Tail already be good on Fern? I don't think so. She doesn't have high enough attack to really get a lot out of it, and her attacks are all single target. That's more of an AoE one, but it wouldn't suck. Oops. Guys, we lost our Sigrid because we didn't have enough debuffs. This is why I like Clarissa. She's got those bleeds. Hey, I thought we ignored ER. if we had Magic Nail? What happened? How did we not get a guaranteed defense break, guys? Oh, that's right. It's only an 85% chance to land. Nah, Chloe terrible here. Are you kidding me? Ow. Poor Chloe. Dead Chloe. Pop. Yeah, I wouldn't run this team. You know, it might actually have worked out fine if we put gear on Chloe, but I don't think you got enough debuffs. I think you want Clarissa or Furious or, you know, somebody that can bring some actual debuffs to the team. Only the nail ignores the R. No, her defense break ignores the R if the nail is there, but it's an 85% chance to apply the debuff. There's no effectiveness ER check when Magic Nail's in place for a defense break. Here, I'll show you. When enemy is inflicted with Magic Nail, ignores effect res. So it's guaranteed, except that it's only an 85% chance to defense break. So you get 15% on the skill, but as long as you make this check, there's no resisting it. How did I discover this game? I played a game called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I was pretty active in that community. I made guides over there, and my entire community started playing this game. Like, you really got to check it out. And I was resistant. I finally caved after 2 months and joined in late December, and the rest is history. Oh no, I just joined and pitied Fern. Is she bad? She's not bad. She's just not broken. Everybody kind of expects, like, the save the best for last philosophy, and after Freerin was so insane, we were all like, holy crap, if Freerin is this good, I can't wait to see what Fern's like. And then Fern came out, and Fern was just kind of mid. She does good damage, but she's hard to work into a draft. She's got 100% evasion, but it's tough to keep her alive. She's nice on riposte set, but she's got no sustain or survivability, so you got to pack lots of people to keep her ass alive while she's doing her things. You weave her in properly, you can do some shit with her. But you can say the same thing about Stark. Through gear and team building, you can do some shit with Stark. It doesn't mean Stark's a good character. Now, Fern ain't that bad, but she's not going to change the meta. She's not going to be a first pick. I mean, I think once we get like 3 weeks from today, I doubt anybody's going to play her unless some crazy techs arrive. I think people are going to be playing Freerin for the next year. But Fern doesn't really seem to have a place in this game after the hype dies down. That's kind of sad. So people are pushing for a little bit of a buff, because we have tried all kinds of shit. We have tried low bulk, super high damage Fern. We have tried higher bulk on Mimi. Where is it? Mage. We've tried high bulk on Mimi Unity Fern. She does stay alive longer, but now she's not doing as much damage. We've tried Lifesteal set and putting her on Dragon Knuckles. Oh my god, does that suck? Elf Mage this morning was trying like a 280 speed Fern and just leaning heavy into her cycling, and she just was not staying alive and not doing enough damage. Somebody's gonna come up with something, right? Surely. Or a unit is going to come out that pairs well with her and their synergy, something. I still say you get her. I don't think anybody should feel bad about picking up a Fern, but right now she's just kind of mediocre. And I know people are like, oh, but they all can't be bangers, Tristen. You can't have every single unit being busted good. It's like, you can when they're a collaboration unit. People come here because of Fern and Freerin. They came here to play these units. These can't be mediocre units. Every single collaboration we have had, the units have been busted good. Handful of minor exceptions, but they have all been meta in their time with only a handful of exceptions. So we're all kind of hoping she gets a little bit of a buff so that it'll feel good, so the people that came here just to play Fern don't feel like shit and leave. So hopefully she gets a little something that makes her insane. And I know people are like, you want every single unit to be insane? No. But I want every single collab unit to be insane. We only get these like once every 18 months. These are the number one thing that bring new people in, that bring hype into the game, that bring excitement into the game. You don't want people to be like, it's whatever. Not when we probably aren't going to get our next one till 2027, right? The Smilegate buff collab units after release. Edward Elric performed so badly on his banner, they did an emergency buff to make him relevant. Now, that was twofold. One, nobody was pulling on his banner because he was so bad. I think pretty much everybody pulled for Fern. And two, though I can't confirm it, I would be willing to bet money that Full Metal Alchemist reached out and said, Smilegate, what the fuck did you do to our main character? Nobody's pulling for this unit. This is the MC. Do something about it. We're not making any money here. Because he got buffed fast. What we're asking Smilegate to do is reach out to the people that the collaboration agreement was done with, right? That reach out and say, hey, I know we all agreed upon this. We all said it was good, but turns out people ain't happy and they're asking us to buff it. So would you be okay with us making these changes? And they're like, yeah, sure. Let us go show these to our lawyers. And the lawyer like, yeah, they think it's okay. Maybe there's discussion about should there be more or less money. You guys promised this would be good. What do you mean the community's not happy? I thought we had an agreement. Back and forth. And then they decide on it. It's not the easiest thing to change a contract, and collaborations are legally binding contracts, and making any kind of a change up to including buffing and changing it means they got to reach out to them. And you got to ask yourself, do you rock the boat? Do you reach out to the IP that you have a formal agreement with, and the money has changed hands and everyone signed on the dotted, and you look at your numbers and go, man, everybody pulled for Fern. We made good money there. What's my motivation to rock the boat, talk to the IP, make things change, only to go into the game and do this just because the community is asking for it? I hope it happens. I really do. But I am not getting my hopes up for it. If it happens, that will be awesome. But this isn't a weird situation like a normal banner where just because everybody says, hey, let's make this happen, it's going to happen. A lot goes into collabs, a lot behind the scenes. And asking for them to change it midstream like this, that's going to take some effort. Now, the one thing we've got in our corner is pretty much every single major player in the E7 community has said, hey, though in certain situations she can nuke, her S1, the mods feel bad. Her ability to self-sustain feels bad. This artifact is the most garbage thing we've ever seen. This barrier, you know, giving her an 800 HP barrier, the fuck is that? How's that supposed to keep her alive? These things need to be changed. That we need to find some way to improve her, to give her some survivability, to give her some damage. Almost everybody is saying she feels very 2023, right? Like this unit would be great in 2023, but in a modern meta, especially standing in the shadow of Freerin, however lore accurate it is, however, guys, she only knows basic offensive, defensive magic. Come on, you know, as lore accurate as you want, it doesn't feel good standing next to this Goliath that is Freerin. So hopefully they do something about it, but we'll have to wait and see. Send in your feedback. Let Smilegate know. The more pressure they get, the more likely something happens. And also, it's only, day 2? Let the chefs cook. People are really trying out-of-the-box stuff. Remember how bad Summertime Assyria was on release? Remember how Summertime Assyria came out and we were like, this is trash. Are you kidding me? A bomb unit in Epic 7? And then a couple weeks later, Rand came out, and when Rand came out, Asaria was everywhere. It just because they don't adjust her doesn't mean somebody doesn't come out with synergy that makes Fern insane. Okay, so I still say you get one. I still say you get one. But that's my take on it, and that's the that's why the title, and that's what the community is feeling about it right now. Abyssal Euphine, yeah, CG, but the difference is Abyssal Euphine was genuinely good when she came out, and we just didn't understand how she worked. This one, she is getting rigorously tested. Rigorously. Karena and Albedo also. Fair. Yeah, and it could be that situation, right? It could be we just don't quite understand how to use her. I do think we're all playing her wrong. People are like, I don't think she's a riposte user. I think she's a speed set user. Elf Mage was trying that all morning. I think she's a lifesteal user. Anya was trying that all morning. There's people are looking and trying to find ways because everybody loves Fern and they want her to be good. So we're looking for ways to make it happen. And once somebody figures it out, shit changes. Albedo was always good. She was just boring. Exactly. That's a great way to put it, Gaius. I thought you said pen wasn't necessary. It's not. But it's the best. When I went into Fribbles, it was the best combo I had for. I tried it on Immunity. I couldn't hit the stat line. I tried it on Unity set. I couldn't hit the stat line. I tried it on Crit set. I couldn't hit the stat line. I tried it on Broken set. I couldn't hit the stat line. It's just legit. The pieces were perfect for her. The way these pieces came together, it's just exactly what she needed. Especially this one. This piece, which is just terrible on everybody else, was perfect for. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you the numbers. Oh, bright. Sorry. Fern. Damage calculator for Fern. We'll put her on her own artifact. What's it called? Butterfly hair ornament. And we'll give her, just for easy math, we'll give her 4,000 attack and we'll give her 300 crit damage. Ooh, goddamn. 300 crit damage. Okay. We'll send her into something tanky. 1,500 defense, right? We'll give her an attack buff because she always has attack buff. It's built into her kit. So this is how much damage she's doing. Hang on, let me clear this out. Okay, so this is how much damage she's doing right now on her S3 and on her S1. Without pen, without torrent, into a 1,500. So we'll save this, okay? Now, if we give her pen set, and we'll give her one version with torrent set. Oh, god damn it. Hang on. It's not going to let me do this. Hang on. Okay, we'll do this with pen set. Save. Okay, so this is 4K 300 with pen set. I'm just going to make it 301 with torrent and 3990 on torrent, just so that I can have it technically be a different build. And now we're going to say if you went crit set, right? If you went crit set, instead of you basically get 12%, or 24% crit chance for free. Or is it 12? Shit, I can never remember these numbers. 12% crit chance for free, so 12% crit chance is roughly equal to 20% Destro. So let's take her up to 320. And this will be on crit set. Okay? Look at the difference. Here she is on pen set, 3,800. Here she is on torrent set, 37. You know, what's that? About 600 damage less on a 30k, on a nearly 40k hit. And here she is on crit set. Again, only about 1,000 different. Who in this game are any of these S3s not killing? Anybody? Anybody know a unit in this game that these S3s aren't one-shotting? Now, true, there could be mitigation there, but these are so damn close that if we take 38,219 divided by 37,098, there is only a 3% difference in damage. It's only a 3% difference in damage between all of these. That's not a ton of damage. Now, the S1s, it's a little bit more significant, right? 8844 divided by 8255. It's about a 7% difference on the S1, but it's not a huge difference. So what I'm trying to say is, for a 3% difference on the S3 skill and a 7% difference on the S1 skill, yes, pen is significantly more damage. Torrent is slightly more damage. Broken set is objectively less damage, but whatever your gear can build, they're all one-shotting things on their S3, unless mitigation and anti-pen are in there. And they're all in the same ballpark on the S1. I would not look at it this way. Are you going to put your best pen gear on this unit instead of somebody else who gets maximum benefit from it for a 3 to 7% difference in damage? And that's what you got to ask yourself. So yeah, pen set, objectively the best set for her. But you might want that pen gear on other units instead of her. You might want to maybe use your crit set to make it easy to build. Maybe you can't hit 4,300 on pen, but you can hit 4,320 on crit or broken set. And also, is this difference, if this damage difference enough to warrant you not using immunity set or being a cheese lord with unity set? You know, there's some other sets out there that can have some value. You could even run HP set to make her a little bit bulkier. So yeah, it's that's why I said I think pen set honor is somewhat troll. Yes, it's best in slot, but it's probably better. You probably get more return on investment on your good pen set somewhere else. But if you got it, and for me, it just worked out that pen set was the gear that I had that gave me the stats that I wanted, and it worked out. On this build, I couldn't get this kind of health. No matter how I tried, I couldn't get this much health on pen set, but on Unity, I was able to pull it off. So you do you. You might even find that immunity set gives you the best stats. And that's all I'm trying to say is the difference is so negligible that you could really look at anything if you're deciding to go with riposte. But yeah, if you're like a min-maxing kind of a player, you can't do more damage than with pen set. Also be aware that if you, this is versus 1500 defense, as you drop the defense, the value of the pen set likely drops. If I go against an 1800 defense monster, the value of pen set goes up significantly. If I go against a 1000 defense monster, I think about 1100 is where torrent passes pen set. But you do want to be careful with torrent set, because unlike pen and broken set, torrent set pulls your HP down. So I would strongly recommend against torrent set because she has already got survival issues. And that's my take on Fern. Hopefully that helps clear it up and why I said I don't recommend pen set. It's not that it's not better, it's just that it's probably better on someone else. And that's it. Any questions? Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm on pity for Elf Girl. No books, but 30,000 Skystones. What should I do? I think if you do not have free Rin, you get free Rin. I think there are few units in this game right now that can do as much fear count at all levels of play as free Rin. I would just, if you've got 30,000 Sky Stones, you do this. You go to your lobby, click on this secret shop button, and you look for bookmarks and you refresh. And you look for bookmarks and you refresh. And you keep doing this until you find those 5 bookmarks, those magical 5 bookmarks, and you go and get your free run. Done. She's that important. However long that takes, go do it. Except if you're a new player, are you high? She is wildly good in PvE. She solos every hunt that's not Wyvern. She's best in slot for pretty much all the expeditions. She makes Abyss 102 the biggest roadblock in Abyss for new players. She makes that fight a joke. You just rotate it so that Celine always goes into free run and laugh as Celine can't kill anybody. Oh my god, she is so good for new players. It's a nightmare refreshing the shop. It is, Nino, and I can't go into details on it, but if you join my Discord and message either Biako or Volcanics, they will tell you a way to make it not a nightmare. But you can't hear it direct from me. She's currently one of the best for any levels of play. I would agree. Yep. Tell them Tristen sent you. They'll hook you up. Do you see my current Katie's team? I'm only able to get 80% success rate. Aras, Sermia, Mascot Hazel, Brieg. Yeah. I got you, fam. Do you have a... Sorry, I rubbed my eye, now my contact's all kinds of pissed off, guys. Give me a second here. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna pop this fucker out. All right, do you have Rowana by chance? Yeah, pre-rin is broken in expeditions. Are you kidding me? Check it. Here's my green expedition team. Here's my water expedition team. Here's my light expedition team. Sorry, did you say Abyss kills free win kills Abyss 102? Yes, yes I did. You know how like every time you use a non-attack skill, it changes who Celine's going to target, or sorry, every time you hit Celine, it changes who she's going to target. You just keep sorting it until she always targets Freerin, then she can't kill anybody. There you go, guys. You want to see a video on Freerin absolutely wrecking expeditions? There you go. Fenders can be replaced by any good green unit. Yeah, you can run Ram. You can run Green Sid. Somebody else I'm missing. But yeah, he's got lots of options. Just Fenris is best in slot. Oh, we were talking about Katie's, though. See? Attention span of a goldfish. Hades. First of all, do you have Lionheart Sermia? Real question. Do you have Lionheart Sermia? Before we go any further. No. Okay, that's fine. If you ever get her, she solos it. So she's a great safety net. Okay, do you have green Rowana? Got this? Oops. Ah. Do you have Rowana? I do, but not built. Okay. Builder, she doesn't take a lot. She takes 6 pieces of gear. Ignore the protection set, ignore the effect res, ignore anything. Just put as much HP on her. Run her with the free triple HP set if you want. And artifact doesn't matter either. Pick any artifact. Just go ahead and put her on your list of things to do. Because damn, she got more thigh meat than a bucket of KFC. Totally worth it. But she's totally worth putting on there. Even at level 50, right? In fact, to simulate level 50, let's run her without boots. Okay? And let me see. Who else did you say you were running? Let's see. Where was it? Your current team, Eros, Sirmia, Mascot, Hazel, and... let me see. So you're running Mascot, Hazel. And you're running Sirmia. And who else were you running? You said Fire Ross, I think. We're getting rid of Ross. I don't think Ross is going to be good here. Let me see. Who is the other one? Black Widow. Brieg. Brieg's a good option. Okay. So, yeah, let's just get rid of event. I mean, for right now, right? You're doing what you can. So for right now, you're fine. But let's get rid of Ross. And let's get Rowana on the team. Let's see. I'll use this Brieg with no boots. And we'll run Sirmia with no rage set, no boots. And we'll run Masquat Hazel with no boots. Barefoot team. Let's see if it works. I honestly have no idea if this is going to work. But let's see if it works. Ow. Here's this HUD. Ow. Oh. I have Rowana skill. I'm going to leave Rowana's skills off. Right? If I leave Rowana's skills off, she will be the one building up the danger level, and everyone's going to focus on her, and I kind of like that. Ow. The heal block's cool. Can I get a defense break, Brieg? Holy crap, this would be so much better with a defense break. Hey, exclusive equipment kicked in. God, can you imagine if we had defense break right now? Shit. Ow. Ow. Now, I know if you're relatively new or you're struggling with this, your gear's probably nowhere near mine. That's why I took all the boots off to... Did she just miss a crate? She's not wearing shoes. Nobody's wearing shoes, so everybody's damage is in the shitter right now, right? I'm getting lucky with these extra attacks, though. Heal up from Aka Hades. Ow. Brieg, do something. Defense break. Ow. Damn. Man, I'm getting lucky with these jump-ins. Okay, to be fair, I got lucky with those extra EE procs, but also I got unlucky with no defense break at the start, right? Ah, Sirmia, no! It's okay, we're close enough. Brieg finishes it off. If I hadn't missed the crit chance too. See if taking Ross off and putting Rowana in, even at level 50. I bet if you use a level 50 Rowana, she doesn't need to be 6-star. She does all of her tricks at level 50. Just run a ton of bulk on her. You don't have to worry about defense or attack or resist or ER anything, right? Just jump into your gear slides. Just jump into your gear slider on Rowana and do this. Hit recommended equipment, do this, and then bottom everything else out and hit go. And just do that. And slap her on the team at level 50 and watch her fly. Let me know if that works out for you, okay, Black Widow? If it doesn't, hit me up in Discord and I'll see if I can help you out. But I bet that gets you taken care of. And it's nice because you're not going to have to spend any resources other than penguins, a little bit of farming, right? Just put her on your adventure team and level her up organically, or grind some penguins, sell some penguins for stigma and get her level 50. As far as Molagora goes, she doesn't need any. But the S2 is probably your best bet for it because that helps heal the team. She doesn't need any on her S1 or her S3. So you just pump a little bit into here. You can supplement a lot of this by putting her on any artifact that boosts healing, right? Like Shamadra Staff or the Devil or just Celestina, and anything that gives a little bit of healing, right? Let me put all this crap back that I just took off before I forget. But do me a solid, shoot me a DM. Let me know how it goes in Discord because I'm curious. I bet it solves your problems. And remember to have her skills off. You don't ever want her to use her S3. I know that seems counterintuitive, but if you use her S3, her danger level goes away and suddenly the boss starts focusing your other units. You want the boss to focus her because by the time it finishes killing her, nobody's left. There's almost no health left and the rest of your team can take it out. Yeah, I tried it, Joe. I did try it. Anyo tried it all morning, and the biggest issue with it, I think, is that it just makes her a shitty Rylet. Like, why would you build a lifesteal Fern when this exists? Right? I mean, tell me the difference between this and lifesteal Fern. Lifesteal Fern has 100% dodge. Rylet has 70% dodge. It's a plus in the Fern column. Rylet can S3 on turn 1. Fern can't. Rylet can soul burn and get multiple S1s off. Fern can't. Rylet can soul burn, activating his S3 as a passive, and then still S3. Fern can't. Rylet's modifiers make his S1 do about 25% more damage than Fern's S1, and makes his S3 hit just about as hard as Fern's S3, harder if you're worried about defense pen or anti-pen. It's really hard to justify as like, oh yeah, and also Rylet element neutral. Fern is going to suck into fire or into earth units. So yeah, I don't know. Plus, on Rylet, you can run double-edged decrescent with a 30% chance to counterattack. On Fern, you're running what? Dragon Knuckles, which also has a 30% chance to counter if it's plus 15, and it's a collaboration artifact from a collaboration that happened years ago with no chance of it rerunning. So rough. Really, really rough. They reset Rift because people were cheesing it with Melissa, but they gave everybody the rewards. So if you check your inbox, you'll have gotten 40 Fate Gazes, which is like the maximum you can get, and you can go and do Rift again and get more Fate Gazes. So they literally like gave us a mulligan. Everybody's Rift got reset. You can go and do it again for rewards. You'll even get the 180 regular Wisdom Gazes again. So, and they gave it to everybody. Even people who were like, I'll do Rift later, even they got it. It was a total W by Smilegate. So yeah, she's basically just kind of crappier Rylet on lifesteal. I know Elf Mage was trying her on speed set and it was kind of fun and cheesy, but she still wasn't doing enough damage and she was just dying too fast. I still think Riposte is her best in slot, but her biggest issue is no survivability. Now, the moment we get some form of survivability for her, an artifact that gives lifesteal for a mage, something, maybe it'll work. But right now she's just kind of, it's hard to keep her alive. If you give her enough damage, she's too soft. Remember what we used to say about OpSig? You give her too much damage, she dies. You make sure she's fast enough to take a turn, she doesn't do damage. Kind of that situation. So you've got to build a whole ass team around her, which can work, but it doesn't feel good. Especially, and again, a lot of it is timing. If Fern was any other RGB unit that came out in Epic 7, nobody would bat an eye at it. It'd be fine. But it's a collab unit, which historically have always been meta shifting. And it's not just a collab unit, it's the last most anticipated unit of the collab. And she came out right beside Freerin, who's a freaking juggernaut. Freerin showed up to the fight with a tactical nuke. Fern showed up with a spoon. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of it, right? There was a lot of, wow, Freerin's insane. I can't wait to see Fern. Oh. Because on paper, her kit looked great. On paper, her kit looked really great. Lore accurate. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of people join this game to play these units. We want them to be happy and to stay. And if they show up in their favorite units, not that fun, it kind of sucks. So I'm hoping Smilegate does something about it, but I'm being reserved in my hopes because I know how collaborations are. I know how this shit works. I know it's not just as simple as them saying, "Oh shit, just raise our mods." Like they gotta actually reach out. Like, I know we agreed upon stuff, but you okay with us changing it last minute? The community wants it. I think it has to be done appropriately. And you got to consider Smilegate too, right? What if you were a Netmarble guy? Your intern came in and said, "Hey, Mr. Majinkin Netmarble guy, Fern sold really, really well. We made $1 million more in September than we made in the prior month. Everything's a success. The majority of the community pulled for this unit. Lots of people spent, but a lot of them are saying she's not very strong. What should we do?" Now, would you be sitting there going, we should potentially upset the meta, make our, cause problems for our game, have to talk to the collab and admit to them that we kind of mishandled things and that we have to make changes to be able to make the community happy over the units that we have been discussing for a month? Or we could do absolutely fucking nothing, lack all the way to the bank, have made perfect profit from a successful collaboration, not worry about a unit destroying the meta and people screaming about nerfs and counters for the next 6 months. What would you do? I hope they do something. I hope they make Fern a little bit more fun and engaging for us, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of things that have to be considered from a corporate standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a relationship with the collaboration IP that you're doing, and reputation that you have to consider. So, yeah. Can't be more powerful than Free. Right. What if they did that? What if they made her too powerful and suddenly it's like, why bother building Freerin when Fern is this good? There's a lot to be considered, and it's not just as easy as tinkering with numbers like when it's Smilegate's property. This isn't Smilegate's property. It is on loan through an IP agreement, through a collaboration contract, and they have to modify that contract to make changes. And everybody points out, what about Edward Elric? I would bet you good money that the IP was the one that reached out to them and said, nobody is buying the MC, fix it. And that's a whole different story than the community saying, we bought the thing and we're not super thrilled, can you tweak it? The motivation's not as strong with that one. So we'll see. We'll see. Freerin just soloed Golem. I didn't have to try it. Yeah, she's good in all of the hunts, guys. Well, except for Wyvern. Fern's good in Wyvern. And again, I will point back to the thousands of times it feels like in the past where a unit felt objectively bad until somebody figured out the tech or until their best friend showed up. Summertime Asari was garbage until Rand showed up. Nobody was using Green Violet until Rem showed up. Ambitious Tywin was kind of okay, and then Sea Phantom Paladus showed up, right? In a game of team building, Fern might just be lacking a best friend. And once that happens, people will be like, oh man, I was watching back then, everybody said she was bad and to skip her. No, you never skip a collab. If you don't have Fern, you get Fern. The only reason to not pull for Fern right now, if you don't have her, is you don't have Freerin, or you're totally broke and you're standing by your free-to-play morals. And I can respect that, but you don't want to miss a limited. I mean, sure, it might wind up being an Elfelt. It might wind up being a unit that you never use and maybe you have regrets, but it could also turn out being an Albedo or a Karena. You know how many people were telling people to skip Karena back in the day? Her banner hit and she stank up the joint so much, people are like, I guess just go ahead and get Giselle because Karena's terrible. How's that working out for the people that took that advice? Never pass up on a limited. And I'm not saying that just because she might get buffed. I'm saying that because you never know what might happen down the road. Her buff might not be direct. Her buff might be indirect in the form of synergy. Have you guys tried Fern with a ROM, though? Wild. Freerin can beat all hunts? No, she sucks into Wyvern. But she's really, and she's kind of mid into Katie's. But the other three, she smokes those. I'm not going any deeper in the spanner. I got 2 of each unit and 2 of each artifact, and I'm good. I'm done. Dark side of me is tempted to go harder on the Freerin artifact, but I also recognize and realize that limiteds are coming up soon, and my bookmarks are in shambles, and I want to be ready for whatever limiteds are coming next. I've said it before, guys. I said it before. Fourth quarter is fat. I will guarantee you, unofficially, the best kind of guarantee, I'll guarantee you unofficially that by the end of the year, you're going to see and mind you, the end of the year is like 2 months away. You're going to see 3 months away. 3 months. In the next 3 months, right? In the next 3 months, you're going to see Young Senya rerun. You're going to see Afternoon Soak Flan rerun. You're going to see a new art contest limited unit, either a race car Sigrid or a Biblis. And you're going to see either another collaboration or another limited unit. And if you see any of that stuff before December, there's another one coming. Because in the 7 years this game has been in existence, all the way back to 2018, there's never been a December that didn't have a brand new limited unit. From Senya last year all the way back to DN in 2018, it has always happened. So if you're sitting here going, I don't know, maybe I'll go ahead and pick up 5 more Freerin artifacts, just be ready to swipe in 3 weeks when the next collab drops or another limited hits, or they hit you with a rerun of Flan at the same time as a limited unit. All that stuff happens. Asflan rerun this November too. I think Asflan and Senya will both be rerun back to back right after the Freerin ban. I think Freerin's going to end. We're going to get a 1 week breather, and then they're going to run Asflan and Senya at the same time. And then at the end of that, maybe overlapping 1 week, we will get the first limited art contest hero in November. And then we're either going to roll into another collab, or we're going to run into the Black Friday sales to go across the end of November, and then they're going to announce the new limited hero after that. Is Asflan still busted as fuck? Yes. She's one of the few units that I have 2 of, and I use both of them a lot. I got a very, very slow deeps riposte Flan on immunity, Mind you guys, if you're running Flan slower than 190 speed, she requires immunity now. Otherwise, Ross will just murder her. In a world where everybody has Genesis Ross, if you don't have immunity on this girl and you're slower than 190 speed, you're just throwing away wins. So get immunity on your Flan if she's slow. And if you're not wanting to run immunity, that's fine, but you better get her over 190 speed, or else she's not going to go first and Ross is just going to destroy you. What do I mean, everyone? I mean, everyone is able to get Ross sooner or later. Anybody who joins the game, 6 months from now, everybody who plays the game will have Ross who is competitive. You ain't worried about those guys who've only been playing for 5 or 6 weeks. If those guys who've been playing for 5 or 6 weeks pick Ross and you somehow you somehow die to it, well, if you lose to somebody who's 6 weeks old, you only have yourself to blame. Most of those people haven't even unlocked RTA yet, much less are playing it. When does the World Cup skin usually come around? I'm not sure, but I would say 6 to 9 months. Where to farm charms? If you have not unlocked it yet, you want to go into the side story and click on the Book of Memories tab down here and find a story called Eulogy for a Saint. It'll cost you 900 Sky Stones to unlock it. So you might have to save up or wait until after like an arena Sunday reset when you get your Sky Stones in, but it's worth it. It is the best place to to farm charms and to farm friendship. You go into Eulogy for a Saint and you complete the adventure and sit down when you got some time and read the story. This is the story that made everybody want Epic 7 to come out with an anime. The Eulogy for a Saint story is wonderful. Okay? It bridges Epic 6 and Epic 7. It's the time before Ras wakes up, but after Genesis Ross fails. It's a good story. Eventually you will get to chapter 3 of the story inside the sanctuary, and when you get there, you will see these stages that have these crossed swords on them. These stages are unique in that when you go into them, they have 5 rounds of fights. Nowhere else in the game do you find 5 rounds of fights. So that's 5 chances for there to be a drop instead of just 3 chances for there to be a drop. Because of this, it's significantly more chance for stigma to drop. It's significantly more chance for random pieces of garbage gear to drop. It's more chances for your pet to proc. It winds up giving you about 50% more charms than you get farming the top stage of adventure. And it gives you about the same gold. It's a little bit less gold than farming episode 5 adventure. It's a little more gold than farming episode 4 adventure. But the best thing is, it's easy. These mobs are level 56. You can kill them with just units you're friendship farming. You can run 1 carry like Free Spirit Tierra and then 3 units you're friendship farming, or like me, friendship farm 4 units. You can't do that on episode 5. Now the negatives. The negatives is the gear actually drops in your inventory. So you've got to go in and actually sell the gear to get the gear powder. If you farm adventure, it sells the gear automatically for you. So it's a little bit more hands-on maintenance to go into your inventory and sell your gear, but it's not that big of a deal, right? But you get a lot of stigma. And you get a lot of charms. And you can friendship farm. But with adventure, you would get 50% fewer charms / powder farming adventure. But you also get AP. And when you're a relatively new player, catalysts are a huge roadblock. Once you hit the end game, you don't care about these things. You got more catalysts than you know what to do with, and more AP, and more AP than you're ever going to need, right? Yeah, I'm coming up on 200,000 AP. So, but early on, catalysts are important. Having AP is important. And also there is a chance that these stages will hit that goblin treasury, which can drop proofs of courage. It can drop gold transmit stones. There's some good things in here that you don't get from Eulogy. So again, there's no perfect place to farm, but you want to work on the best return on investment. If you need gold and charms, you farm Eulogy. If you need gold and AP, you farm episode 5. If you need AP and charms, you probably still farm episode 5, because though you get less charms here, you get more, you don't get any AP in the other stuff. If you're trying to work on friendship farming your units, because you know that when you friendship farm your units under reputation for doing friendship farming, there's all these Molagora boosts down here somewhere. Yeah, I think these are Molagora. No, these aren't Mola. These are bookmarks, right? You hit friendship levels, you get more bookmarks, you can summon more things, so you're really cranking on friendship following. You always want to focus on the best return on investment. I do have a video about where to farm. I'm going to remake it because I got to remake it to factor in how otherworldly hunts work here. One very, very important thing that I will point out about Eulogy for a Saint: never, ever, ever, ever collect the last reward. Okay, see, I could receive the reward. It's this shitty little artifact. You never collect it. And if you do collect it, you never click the collect final reward button to get these last two things out here. I recommend you just leave that one in place. It gives you some redundancy in case you get drunk or stupid and collect it. You still got the redundancy out here, because if you collect the final reward, it will close Eulogy for a Saint and you can never, ever go back in. And if that happens, then you just stick to farming the episodes. It's something we've asked Smilegate for a while. Will they please let you know that you can, or please let people go back into Eulogy for a Saint? But for right now, if you close it, it's over. And it sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, can't you click replay story? You can click replay story to go in and read the story and enjoy the story, but you can't farm the phases anymore. It's just to go back in and enjoy the story and watch the lore. None of the fights will be there. I don't know, Jay. I don't know. So far, there's no other place in the game where we still have that old school 5 stages. I had hoped that Song of the Sea had it, because once upon a time, Song of the Sea had 5 stage levels in it, but they aren't there anymore. Last I checked. Hey Tristen, I believe Rowan has stabilized my Katie's team. However, I think I actually noticed a problem I'm having. What artifact should I use instead of Sword of Azera for Brieg, as his countering is killing him in Katie's? Oh, I get what you're saying. Does Prophetic Candlestick work on Brieg? To cycle him faster? I wonder. Okay, try him on Prophetic Candlestick. The goal here would be, yeah, he's getting hit, but this will cycle his skill faster. And the faster you cycle him back around to his non-attack skill, that'll turn off the danger level on him, and Katie's will go back to hitting Rowana. See if that works for you. Just try it and let me know. Yeah, he keeps countering. That's what's raising his danger level above Rowana's. Oh, you're running a counter set, Brieg. Well, I mean, first you could take him off of counter set. That would be a step in the right direction. But second, if you don't want to do that, just try him on Candlestick so we can cycle his skills faster, so you can get back around to this quicker to turn off the danger level. See if that works for you. Yours is also on counter. It's not a terrible build for him. It's just anti-synergistic for some of the PvE stuff. But yeah, give it a try and see if that works. Let me know. I wish Brig was better in PvP. Some people use them. But I also have Sirmia, Tama, and Snek on the team. Snek? I'm scared to ask Gamma. Oh, Snek girl, Fene. Yeah. CG got it. CG speaks Gamma better than I do. CG, you need to join me on stream to be my Gamma translator. Husbando tier list Wend. Ironically, it's really old. You can go to Epic 7X and there is a tier list section. No, not here. Hang on. Characters. Husbandos. Current tier list. Crow is the number 1. Kayron's number 2. Anyone want to guess it? Know who number 3 is? Any guesses? That's right. It says, good eyes, guys. Good eyes. I love how Aether is 4th place. Aether overtook Says for just a few minutes. This is so old. You can go in and vote too. And waifus. Luna Bologna Sirmia. Mort, where was Mort on the Husbando tier list? This site is so outdated, guys. Don't trust any information on here. They stopped maintaining this years ago. Holy shit. Yeah, Mort all the way down here at number 24, below Ray. Below everybody, quickly go in here and just vote for Mort real quick. Let's 50 people. We need 50 people to get him above frickin' Ray. Yeah, exactly. Cecilia Bot is definitely the site to use. Why is it always Luna? I have no idea, man. I mean, you'd think they were right there in your face and you'd be able to figure it out, but it's just an enigma that will confuse us forever. Ray greater than Mort. You know what? Ray's hooked up with Elena. And maybe if I get in good with Ray, he'll hook me up with Elena's mom. Damn, Elena's mom, right? We need a sexy MILF banner, right? We need MLDN, Elena's mom, and Senya's mom. Now that would be a banner I'd pull on. You mean one of the many who's ultra dead? There's a lot of dead people in this game. Everybody's excited about Genesis Ross, and he got his head cut off. There you go. Elena's mom. It's not what it is. 100% smash. 100%. You went Francesca too? Oh hell yeah. Where's Francesca? She's on Sigurd's Scythe, right? No, not Sigurd's Scythe. Is it? What is she on? Is she on Draco? I thought Luna was on Draco. Oh, nope, there she is. Yeah. I'd take me some Francesca. I wouldn't even ask her to take the armor off. It might chafe, but it'd be worth it. Will Breenus ever be a unit? One day, 6-7 years from now, when Epic 7 goes EOS, I fully believe we'll go into Guild and this Great Achievements button right here, Great Achievements, is going to be unlocked, and we'll click on it and we'll go into Great Achievements and it will instantly summon Breenus into your account and then announce end of service. Future update, right? Great Achievements someday. Fern. I want Guardian levels and such. Yeah, we've been at 4 out of 5 Guardians for 7 years now. For auto, free run skills are off, right? Honestly, don't remember. It's been a long time, dude. Not sure if you remember me. We used to hang out in Team Level Up's Discord. Free run pulled me back in, and your vids have been a godsend. Awesome, man. I miss Katie and Arkaden. That was some good times. They were so wholesome. Oh, God, this top team. Shit. Okay, you know what? We'll do this, and we will do this. And so this deals with that. Pops him, and we can do this, and we can do you. Anybody see any holes in the concept here? Spoke to Arkaden yesterday, actually. They're doing great. Awesome, man. Tell them Tristen said hi. Tell them I miss them. The Expedition Pass isn't worth it for long-time players, right? I used to get it, but it doesn't seem good anymore. There have been... it just depends on your Skystones, right? It's still decent value, but man, having so many things take Skystones here recently. I haven't been buying it a bit. Who do I take from Phase 2 Moonlight Blessing? I would say Conqueror Lilius or Death Dealer Ray. One of those two. What if Lots has higher defense? Then she'll be the one who dies. I'm kind of counting on her having higher defense. Mirror top? No. I think he might be missing gear. Eeps. That'll do. You tried this team and Ross soloed you? He'll get the immortality. Briar will strip the immortality, and then her pop damage will kill him. Perfect. Not perfect. Damn it. Never mind, it wasn't enough. How fast is my Luna? I think she's like 302, 301, something like that. I was hoping that the CR push from the artifact was going to push Briar up. It is what it is. I don't even know why I burned that. That was kind of a waste. It's okay. Got the job done. Frickin' idols cheer. Poof. All right, where next? And I don't have Briar anymore. Shit, shit, shit. CO removes the passive instantly. Yes, sir. Amiki, Scaly, Aram. That's disgusting, Odin. Let's do it. Should we use a fast or fast Scaly or counter Scaly? Which one floats your boat better? I think on this one a fast Scaly. Counter? Okay, you got it. Where's my freaking Amiki? Faster ROM or counter a ROM? Counter a ROM? Sure. There you go. Okay. Whichever has more HP. Oh, for the Aram. 14k health versus... The fast one actually has more health. Weird as that sounds. Ah, screw it. We'll just leave it as is. Down here, oh god. This looks awful. I just got Lady the Scales from a free pull daily after her banner ended, and I got ML Aria daily this morning. Returning layer flex. South, get off Twitch right now, or get off YouTube right now. Close it, get in your car, drive to the nearest convenience store, and buy a freaking lottery ticket, because things come in threes, and the gates are open, man. Go get rich. This ain't gonna work. Think I'm kidding? What's worth getting in the side store exchange? Anything that you want or need. Usually we buy it out. Kind of want to use Watcher to kill her, but then I don't have anything left. How do I deal with this guy? Why Fern buff? Is she shit? No, she's just a little lackluster. Casually got made? Don't tell Byako, he'll get really angry. This feels risky as hell. Kind of like what Hino's cooking here. You got to do the Wild Angara. No Lady, no Setska, no Ross, no Arunka. Ugh. Incoming BBK. Okay. Should I S3 or should I see if this is a real BBK and I can put fear on her? Do we fear test or do we S3? What do you guys think? I'm going to fear test her. Ah, it's a real one. On Alexa's basket, at least one gab. Boop. Ow. 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 You want me to S3 Amiki here? Into that defense buff? We sure about this? I got burned this, right? Okay, let's go. Stark not living up to his name, huh? Eh. Ow. Everybody be afraid. Be very afraid. Oh, come on. Ooh. How many immortals does Amiki have with Scaly? A lot. A lot. Thanks for playing, Renak. There seems to be an effort amongst creators to buff Fern. I really don't think she's bad at all, but I'll never say no to a buff regardless. It's not that she's bad, it's that she's underwhelming. It's that other units do it better. It's that 3 weeks from now nobody's going to play her because there's no motivation. Ah. That's really unfortunate. Surely Crow cuts here, right? Okay, even though you're blind, Crow, take her out. She's right there. You can hit her even through blind. I mean, kill her even through blind. Oh my god, stop 50%ing. I think I'm dead. Sheesh. Oh well. Sucks that we lost one, but it's fine. A win is a win, right? Ew. Pod cleave so easy with Luna. I want to use free Rin though. Right? Can I guarantee free Rin won't be attacked by Ras, or is it just RNG? Just RNG. Yeah, it's a fast free Rin, so she'll go first. Those are no fun. Luna, BBK, could white. Those are a little tanky for BBK. He's free run anyway. Fight me. You just made Melissa work in arena. Good. We need more. We need Melissa. More Melissas. He's on Victorious Flag. That's a damn shame. Cannot escape my sword. Poof. Yeah, Professor Cook. You need to change your name, Loki. Professor Cookin'. One for you. Let's just do this. And just S3. What's my Twitch? Twitch.tv/Tristen Wulf. Ow. Bye, Ludwig. Pew! Bang! Zoom! Explosions! Uh-oh, Ras is back. Ow. 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 I'm not transferring to the front anymore. I think we need to kill Ross. Hey, thanks for the follow, buddy. Ow. Shit. I think we might be boned, guys. If I burn, I lose layer defense, but if I don't burn, Ras survives this. He's not immune to debuff anymore. Ouch. Ouch. And I'm dead. Yeah, I was like, we can't leave Ras alive. Ras just hard destroys her. I should have soul burned Ras, given up the extra layer. I think I might have still lost, but I had a better chance than leaving Ras alive. Hey, Ras is a massive problem. Archdemon was on the strip already? Man, that sucks. Oh well. We wanted to try her. It's okay. We aren't winning this war anyway. Yeah, right? They really kind of maybe went a little too far with Genesis Ras, don't you think? Maybe just a little bit. I know I could have brought Illy, but I wanted to try free run out in Guild War. I haven't gotten a chance to use her in Guild War. You know, you've been playing a while where you just instinctually know where the skip button is. Can I see an Elvira build for Guild War? Yeah, sure. It's just a shit ton of ER. Protections, or not even protection set, just shit ton of bulk and ER. Nothing else really matters. Make her tanky and give her ER. Am I going to summon on the custom banner? I don't know. We'll wait and see what's next. I really want ML Teu, but I can get him from the headhunt unless they cancel the headhunt, which would be weird. So I don't know. I've got a good chunk of mystics. I'll probably like do a little bit of summoning into it, but I'm not going to go, I'm not going to risk my chance of pitying whatever's next. $30k HP and 300 effectiveness to tag Elvira. That's disgusting, Kana. Also, whoa, it's Kana. How you doing, buddy? It's been a minute. Ooh, piece of candy. I really want to make Chloe, but I'm not sure who to get from the headhunt. So many good options, and Make Chloe is honestly compelling now with the buff. Make Chloe is one of the best units in the game now with the buff. We did just put this together. It helped you out some.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Leon the Lion. Thank you so much. I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you, thank you. You know what? I think that's a fake Renok. I think that's a fake Renok, and I don't have to be scared of it. We ain't scared. Show me fake Renok. It's not fake Renok, guys. That Renok was not even a little bit fake. Yikes. Not even a little bit. Bystander, Bossarunka, ML Para. Who do you choose out of 3? Bossarunka. Any plans for the weekend? Nope. Pop. Get him, Freerin. I've seen some demonic Renoxan Arena defenses. I know, right? Oh, every single hit missed. Oh, well. Had a chance. Had a chance. Banner says Heroes 6 months prior to October. Does that mean Runka and Teu can be chosen? It says more than that, my friend. If you go and look at that banner, it tells you Disciplinary Prefect Arya, Witch of the Tiberiate, Lady of Scales cannot be summoned, implying that anybody that's not those 3 units can be. Well, and not Einzulgoen, of course, and not Ross, because he's not a summonable unit. So the answer to that would be yes. What's my defense doing? The gap is closing, guys. We're getting very close to my defense being better than my actual offense. She was on Discreet Hands, and I don't think she was on... You know what? Let's just do this. I hate it here. I hate it that the freaking AI is better at the game than me. I'm just gonna go play Hello Kitty Adventure Island. Can we also choose the 4-star? No, I don't think so. If it's a traditional custom mystic, the 4-star is just going to be there. Rylet's interesting. The AI has better speed RNG. Truth, right? What's my defense? It's everybody's defense. It's nothing special, except there's some demonic builds, right? It's an injury Setska, which a lot of people don't see coming when they try to go Bruiser into it. It's a very, very high-end fast Freerin. There's not a lot of Freerins built this high-end, I think. I'm fiercely proud of my Freerin. If yours is better, don't tell me. Let me dream. And it's a DPS Ross. Most people are going with the Revive or with high HP, but my Ross is built to nuke everything he touches. And shout out to Machine Gun for helping me build the biggest war atrocity I think you've seen today. 295 Lady of the Scales with 200 effect res. And still a little bit of bulk on top of all of it. Hey, Wolf and Roses. Yeah, I use those +6 boots. Those boots roll great. Pow. Thank God. Got the restrict. With Hellfire. Gonna do it anyway. Why 200 ER? Because I don't want her controlled. Show me some satisfying pops and burns, if you would, please. Shouldn't have done this. It's like wasted. I guess points are points, though. Pop. 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 More burns here. Oh, thank you. Unity set DDR, everybody. Go to sleep. Get stunned. Catch fire. Explosions! Can I show you my heart steady after? Of course. Go to sleep. Get stunned. Permanently. Control teams are so much fun. It's one of my many, many Harsettis. This is my injury damage one. I'm thinking about replacing her with, this is my fast one. And this is my, this is the one that I think I'm going to build with just metric fuck tons of effectiveness. Just make her my control one. I did build a DPS one. I was cleaving with her for a hot minute, but then Setsuka came out and that build went away. So I think I'm going to build like a 300 effectiveness one. Got a second copy, man. I should build an injury one. Just make sure you build everything else first, right? I know I got a lot of like 2 of this and 3 of that. I've been playing for 7 years. I got tons of resources. Make sure you build everything else first. It's better to have a toolbox with diverse tools than have a toolbox with like 5 tools and 7 hammers, right? Make sure you get good coverage. Very, very, very few units in this game, dupes are actually useful. Kick, 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 kick. Oh, she survived. A little freaky. Go to here. Can I show you my Bryceria? Sure, nothing special about her. Just a stereotypical Bry. In a world of Brycerias, she is one of them. Wishing I kept some souls around to burn this. Nice. Incoming. Right into that skill null. Juicy. This BBK is going to be a problem, though. Is there any chance that Smilegate will pull an FMA and emergency buff Fern? There's always a chance. It's not likely, but there's always a chance. Come on! Stop countering me! We lost this one. Oh, wait. Nah, we did. What about a buff to Stark? There's no reason to buff Stark. Stark doesn't make them any money. What they got to do is they got to figure out if buffing Fern would make any more money. And I think everybody that has pulled for Fern, or that everybody that's going to pull for Fern, already has pulled for Fern. So I'm not sure if Smilegate's going to do that. What could have been better here? What could have been better here is not you. What could have been better here is you. Right? I think so. An Iron's buff would be so hype. Yeah, unfortunately that will never happen. Stark's not bad, guys. It's just he's not insane. He's definitely the strongest free unit we've ever gotten. There's nothing wrong with Stark. I regret buying Ferns already. Ram's dog shit. Ram has like one use in the game, and that was Expedition, and now there's like 4 units that are better than her at that. Now we're talking. I just did the last 8 floors of Abyss yesterday, and I'm getting an imprint for Fern. Fern is a demon. I hope she's working out for you. Dodge this. Ha 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 ha. Crazy, huh? A-lots instead of Argent Waves Hua Young. A-lots. Miss old A-lots. I loved Carly and Cleaving too. That was so much fun. Yeah, Fene and Freerin and Abyss is insane too. Oh, that sucked. Don't let me down, Scaly. Or Bryce Area. She's gonna be mad that I called her Scaly, and now she's gonna let me down. I really needed that buff block on Sinji, and now we're like maybe 12 kinds of fucked. Unless we kill everything here. Surely. Chat, Tristen needs more coffee. Get the IV. I'm a little bit tired. We should wrap it up here soon. Ah! I said we should wrap it up soon. And Mr. Coven comes in with the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you had a good stream, buddy. Was it a good one? I'm fighting a prophetic candlesticks, Angelica. I'm trapped in here forever. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna die to arena lightning because of a sinful Angelica that will never stop S3ing. Oh no. It's okay, guys. We have a way out. We have a way out. We actually picked an irresistible strip buff block unit, thankfully. We just have to be careful about when to use it. No! You cannot kill her. No. We're not losing to a demon-possessed lolly. It was not going to happen. Kick, 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 kick. Demon, angel, god, whatever. The pop damage will kill her, so we're safe. We can just rip this. No, I don't think there's any reason to, right? And then the pop kills her. Yeah, yeah. We didn't have to hold it. Boop. Hi, Fern. Pulled for Freerin, got Clarissa. Winners win. I wonder if AOL will ever become meta again. We can only hope not. Ow. With Hellfire. This is gonna be beautiful, guys. Oh, I got 15% on the most important stun of my life. Oh, damn it. Oh, well, at least we got it there. To each there. Oh. Go to sleep. Catch fire. Explosion. Oh my god, she lived. With 345 health. Oh, that's so bad. Why can't she become meta again? People with such short memories. Does this only work if it hits? No, we get skill no regardless. Ow, leave her alone. Stunned. Abyssal Crown's so good. More stuns. Pop. Sleep. Permanently. Dead. I said dead. Dead. Like chopping down a tree, wasn't it? Two more. Ew. All of this looks awful. I meant to do that quick battle. Guys, sorry. You're stuck watching this long-ass fight. Litica in the Mystic Summon right now. Maybe she'll get an EE next. Sure. I guess anything could happen, right? Boop. Ow. Right back at you. Except, unlike you... Oh, I thought I didn't save my cleanse. Well, this is awkward. That was worth a try. Really, it wasn't. I was blind. I had no chance to hit. Kick, kick. Xeno's supposed to be one of the strongest villains. Xeno got taken out because somebody squeezed his head until it popped like a zit. Ow, ow. Blammo. Oh my god, are we almost done with this blind bullshit? Okay, finally. Blind is such an annoying debuff. Bam. Here we go. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, it's gotta suck to be that BBK. Do you have effectiveness on your fat cat? Maybe you should put some effectiveness on your fat cat. Just saying. Bammo. Sorry, guys. That was legit. That was supposed to be a quick battle fight. I'm sorry I made you sit through that. Is 119 enough? Effectiveness plus arty? Yeah, that's not bad. I think it's more than I got. That's plenty, probably. Maybe get more. Is it ever really enough? Never enough! We'll do automation tomorrow. We got Hall of Trials done. I'll do Light and Dark Trial of Constellations. I'll make a video for the full auto team for Earth Constellation for you guys. And I'll put that tier list video together. I'll probably have that go live in a few days. You can check out my Patreon if you want to see it early. Speaking of which, shameless plug. Join my Patreon. You don't have to pay to join my Patreon. You can get like advanced access to posts, questions answered, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to pay, you'll get videos a little bit early. You can get coaching sessions logged in, account work done, all kinds of benefits if you do decide to become a contributing member. But you can also just join for free and be a part of the community. I'm gonna wrap things up here, guys. It's been a fun Friday, but I've got a weekend to get on top of. I wasn't paying anyway. All right, guys, let me find somebody to raid you off into, and I'm gonna go enjoy my weekend. Let's see who is streaming right now. You know, it's funny, randomly in the middle of the night last night, my computer beeped at me saying Kukerbat followed you. So I'm going to send you guys over to see Mr. Kukerbat himself. Everybody will teach you how to be fast. Some people teach you how to be a bruiser. Some people teach you how to embrace tank down meta. But as we've discussed many, many times, the most important thing in Epic 7 is to be lucky. And when it comes to luck, there's nobody like the Batman. So everybody go say hi to Kukerbat, and I will catch you next time. Take care, everybody.
C'est juste plus de R, moins de dégâts.